You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the May 28th, 2024 meeting of the Long Beach Park Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
All right, welcome to the May edition of the Parks and Recreation Board meeting. Call to order and first order of business to approve April minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's everybody, and we do have everybody here for the record. I'm pulling up the minutes, I couldn't get printed out on my list from the last one. So, okay, so, activity coordinator update, I think, Cindy, do you have a,
I do have the report.
okay?
So summer camp registration goes live June 1st at 8 a.m. on their Facebook page. The town page has the link there. Tennis camp will go live as well, but they use Sign Up Genius and receive a form only if they sign up there. We have 15 tennis spaces for ages 6 to 11 years old. Job offers for all summer camp tennis camp staff have been extended. We are currently working on drug screenings and background checks. Staff training will be Friday, June 14th from 8:45 to 11:45 with camp starting Monday, June 17th. First Saturday art continues each month with Aaron Ledyard. We are looking to do another play class, but are still coordinating dates. Movie in the park will take place the same day, July 3rd, as the ice cream social. Do we have funds to advertise this event? That's a question. We will be adding a jewelry class and cookie class this summer as part of our summer family series. Advertising will begin mid-June. Sarah will be out of the office May 31st, June 7th, but will be available by phone, email if needed, as remote prep will still be done. Let her know if there are any questions.
So advertising this for,
That was the only question.
for which one, what specifically?
For the movie night on July 3rd.
I guess the question, do we need to? We do it every year. Be like advertising the parade.
Yeah, what would the, is there a suggestion of where to advertise?
Well,
Could be true.
yeah, or even the sign at the board. I know she likes to let all the camp kids know about it. You know, that's a pretty good target meeting right there. So, yeah.
Yeah, we can do the board, we can do the blast, and I'm sure that's the do a blast of email for the board and all the stadiums and the guys from social and all that. I just think it'd be kind of, to me, it'd be a waste of money to put that feature.
So, okay, I'll make a note of that, and let her know to be.
So, yeah, I've sort of been like the communication person, so I'll handle the bulletin board, Facebook thing,
Yeah, and
email blast. And then Sarah will also post on her own Facebook page, so that gets to a lot of people.
all right, I'll let her know. Okay.
And if you could forward me that, if I don't already, but that, the same thing you could forward to.
Yeah, sure.
to mine.
That would be great. Thank you. Yes, I do. Thank you.
All right. I think that's it for Sarah then. Janice, you got a big list today.
Well, I'll make it brief. I won't read every line. We were able to get the process completed for us purchasing, so thank you to Paul.
Sorry.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right. We obtained a process for the purchasing of garden materials for the Beach Garden Club. Thank you to Paul Mag, and we have that all worked out. I won't go through all the details. I'll be submitting some readmittance in about a day. We worked on the Moore Road entrance, have the plants planted there, the flag garden at the community center. The tennis court entrance is complete. The community center vendor sign, we transplanted some plants out of the Memorial Garden and some other places that we had. So I think we might just buy a few plants for that vendor site sign. And we have the current Memorial Garden taking the plants that we want out of there so that Dan, when he starts, it's clean. And then the shade garden had extensive weeding completed. It's not done and it's not pretty yet, but it will be. We consulted on the memorial brick garden that's going up, memorial brick patio. I brought the samples of the colors that we chose and the pattern. Dan Healy and I talked, and so did Paul and Zach and I think we're on our way. The gal at Loretta, who is at Rose Bricks, she's working on all the details of taking that pattern and figuring out how many bricks. And she said it'll be about 4 pallets, $140 to deliver. She'll have the exact pricing completed in the next day or two. And with that, covers all of those. Oh, we did ask Dan to preserve the granite circle, and we can store that at the maintenance building and figure out where that might be used in the future.
Okay.
And
Dan,
we won't do the concrete benches. They don't match. I think it'll take more time to try to preserve them than what they're worth to save, but we'll offer it to anybody who wants.
and there's like a hole in the front and middle that was probably like a water fountain or something.
It was a stand for a dangerous sundial.
All right.
That's for the sundial.
So my next meeting is that Dan is gonna start demolition of this week.
Yeah, he didn't tell me. I met with him at the tennis court after you guys met with
Okay.
him, so he didn't say that, but
I
that's.
saw him today.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay,
So he just asked me to make sure I have everything out that we wanted to save. The only other thing was consulting on Stop 29 planter box. Paul will probably talk about that a little bit. We recommend that the board take responsibility of that because it is kind of along the stops and it might fit with the appropriate landscapers to maintain that. We also, I was talking with Joy. She had some background on Pizzo and Associates working on the invasives and removal. So Jack is in town tomorrow for a Beach Garden Club meeting, so I've arranged to talk with him. I think I sent a note to everybody that was on her email. So if you want to meet, I'll text people when we're finished with that presentation. And we just need to know how Parks wants to proceed, but keeping it natural instead of having garden plants in, I think is a better vibe for the whole beach area and not make it a big maintenance item.
but the invasives that are in there are not the kind that we can just pull and be done with them.
The horsetail, no, they'll keep coming back. So I did some research, but that's why we want Jack Pizzo to look at it, because he has the expertise to say how to do it. We can do, the horsetail can be done without chemicals, but it'll take about 3 years to get it under control, like Stop 24. Stuff of that, we might be able to do it.
Okay,
Okay, but I don't want to speak for.
no, that's fine. So I mean, what do you guys think about us? You guys know the box we're talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I personally feel like we should do that, take that over if we can afford it. I think we can.
Yeah, we can have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up 24.
29.
20.
28 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, and for sure we can do it and then have the chief, on board too. It's just a question of, we have an estimate to do it. We also had some time and materials volunteered by Healy. So we're just trying to coordinate the best use of those resources. But yeah, for sure, we'll take over doing it and get it cleaned up this year because, we've actually had a resident inquire on what's going on. So,
Yeah. And that needs to be eradicated, yes.
Yeah,
So that's why Jack can give us some recommendations.
yeah, and they're already doing some stuff at Stop 19. So-
Correct.
Yeah,
And they might be doing stuff at 24 too, who knows? But that's the worst of all our stops as far as invasive skill. Critical.
yeah,
And I don't know if it's even manageable. That's gonna take a lot of money to get that squirrel away from it's not there. And you're on.
Weeding part.
yeah, for sure.
It's $100 to weed.
And it would be.
it's a lot.
Of course, staying.
And there's a lot of what's in there in there.
Mhm.
Right.
I also wanted to say, thanks for bearing with us while we implementing some new process to streamline things. You guys kind of got caught up in that, and I hope it didn't delay the plans too much. But thanks for playing along. Be better than long.
Thank you.
Sure.
Oh, and by the way, we're doing a little bit different this year. We're trying to concentrate on perennials so that we don't have to do annuals every year. Some places will have annuals, but we want to do
Flag gardens.
all perennials, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah, thank you very much for all your hard work. It's, gonna be a lot more work too, before it's all over. So you got it under control at 29 or 28 and a half.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tennis court resurfacing,
Okay, so, here is, I just need to sign, for you to sign the proposal from March, and then we'll be good to go ahead with that. And then I also spoke with, Meg about, Kendra asking about the signs and the two pickleball nets. I have not heard back from Norm yet as far as where they should be ordered from, but she said that, Deanna in the office can order everything, and then Paul, tell them where to, you know, how to.
it's reprographics is what we reverse.
Yeah, yeah, so, but Deanna can be the one to take care of it, coordinate, and, but we still don't know where the pickleball nets are. Normally, get back to her.
Where we ordered them from,
Yeah,
might have just been Amazon, I don't remember.
okay. Well, I
You know, Anita took care of that. So Anita,
I'll take her.
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, pickleball nets.
So this is, I'm signing, this is the whole,
This is just for them to go for Aaron to go ahead and do the work. He was fine with not getting the deposit.
that was the question, so.
Yeah.
This is pay at conclusion.
Yeah,
Okay.
so, I said, you know, I said, I don't know if I can sign this. She said, better for you to sign it, so.
And was that the 23,650?
41,000.
Oh,
One even,
Yeah, I got her to come down a little bit on the pickleball, she like, so.
yeah, we had budgeted 30 even for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you need this sign looking?
Yeah, I do that, recognize.
Okay, so almost done, Matt.
Yeah.
Signs will be easy, we're happy to do it whenever they tell us to put up.
Mhm.
And Melrose Park has been cleaned.
Yes, and, I went over there with Bart and he got a fire department to clean it, you know, Washington, that is a lot of stuff that's falling in, looks fabulous.
yeah.
I got back to them and said, you know, that how great it looks. It really is amazing, the difference between that super visible color washing and then going over again.
That looks good.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
looks like it's new.
Do you have a picture of it all cleaned?
Oh, my goodness.
Get a picture of it, and then I'll put it on Facebook and talk about, and thank the fire department, and thank
Yeah.
Paul, thank everybody, yeah, that'd be good.
Okay.
Thank you for doing both of those. All right, stop landscaping general upkeep.
Yeah, I think we're good on this. We got the good system in place. I think this might have left over from the previous.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no more. These are just, as things needed, they're keeping up with it.
All right, I'll take it off the list, and so we've got 2 or 3 working.
3 contractors working.
That was my question, actually. So who all of them is keeping track of stocks?
Which landscaper?
Yes.
Seth. And doing the landscape. And main one landscape.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
All right, so we already talked about the wall garden project. Does anybody have any questions about that?
What's the projected timeline on
It's gonna take, once he starts, probably 2 weeks maximum.
But they're not gonna start until after summer, is that correct?
No, it's start this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah,
done by.
easily done. Yeah, that was the key.
30.
Yeah, easily done.
Excellent.
Yeah, we didn't want to start from supposed to do. And the only thing that's not included in the quote is the any plantings we do around it. will be time and material. They work for a really good rate, you know, so we have money because we're doing it half the size we were originally gonna do. We have plenty of money in our budget to fund the planting this and all around. And we have a place for it. So I think we're all set. So that's exciting. All right, Arden Park, this is left over, unless there's any new updates, July 27th.
Well, just that I went to the health department and, the taco truck is all set, his permit is all filed. Helpful Bell hadn't yet, so I followed back up with them to make sure who did that. And then the question from Sukina is about, is it okay that we spend some of the money collected from the vendors to have music during it? You know, is that, because they usually, all the money gets turned over to the town hall, right? It wouldn't matter, right? Take some up for music.
I mean, how much they, any idea how much they're talking about for the music? That we talked about this. And Joy put me on the spot, no issue with that, right? I mean, and by the way, if I studied kindergarten, couldn't make it tonight, it was the last minute deal, her daughter's involved in the works, like, so she wasn't able to call her, and so she did her.
Yeah, that could come out of park sponsored events and it'll all equal out in the end.
So, no problem, totally no problem, I like the idea of it,
Okay. Okay,
all right. Any other help needed with that event right now?
not right now. Stay tuned.
Okay, update in our old business, the encroachments at Stop 29 topic. We've made a lot of headway on this one, actually. We've been following the email chain, but just in case you haven't, I'm gonna get it on the record. So Tim was not aware, this is Tim Woodman is the person that lives to the west, and so he didn't remember that it lost his email box, whatever. My last email that I sent in May saying, we definitely want you to do everything. So he wasn't slow playing this, he just didn't get it. So our town attorney contacted him after the town council meeting that was brought up again. Paul and I were there, we brought it up and said, we definitely gonna need some help with this. Tim was very apologetic and said, I didn't realize that I was waiting for you guys to tell me what to do. And I just emailed him and said, look, all those 12 trees need to come out and the rocks need to be removed as well. We want there to be just stand there and we'll figure out what we're gonna do with it later. And then I'll come and we'll walk off the fence and decide what kind of fence we're gonna put in. So, he's sent me several emails and actually texted me today and said, I'm on it. I got the contractor's already come over, he's moved all the rocks. They're gonna use Bruce and Woodruff to move the big rocks. And then they're gonna start taking trees out. And as luck would have it, I ran into Chief Swistek on the north side of the police building, or the fire building over here, the safety building. And they have some kind of agreement with the neighbor to the north to put some arborvitae up in between her property and the wall of this new building. And I called Tim and said, if you're gonna dispose of those trees, we'll just replant them over here, or we'll plant them somewhere. If you're not gonna dispose, you're just gonna move them, fine, that's up to you, but if we've already paid one, we'll work out a deal, we'll help you pay for maybe moving them over here and getting them replanted, but you can pay for the removal of them, something like that. Hopefully there'll be an agreement. If that happens, it'll save the town a lot of money in trees.
Okay, so replant the trees where?
It'll be on the north property line of the public safety building. There's one house that's right up next to it, and there's some old brush that's over there. When I ran into Hewley and I ran into Chief, they were over there looking at that as I was walking with my dogs today. So if that works out, that'll be really good for everybody.
So we're saying homeowner, Tim would pay for the removal,
Yes, because he planted them, so he was gonna have to remove them anyway.
then,
And then we think Woodruff would be kind enough because we spent so much money with Woodruff to pick them up and get them up off onto Lakeshore Drive and drive them to where they need to be. And then Hewleys would plant them with a bobcat. Right over there. Yeah, it would be great if that all worked out as well as that's, so hopefully we'll. For a second. Yeah, and then we just need to, a fence line will be cheap. We can put that into our budget maybe in the fall, we'll put up a picket fence or something there. Rope fence, whatever it's in prefers. And then we can maybe plant some dune grass in the fall, we can afford that, and let's just keep looking at that, we can't plant anything over there really until the fall now anyway. But dune grass will be well over there. Any more questions on 29? So pretty good update there on that. I put this down from new business, really old business, so Helix was gonna donate some material for us, stop 24 to build, some pavers, like a 4-foot or 5-foot wide paver walkway to get down to where the plastic matting is. That's just so long, and I talked to him about that today. He's got enough to do some of it, not all of it. We got to pay for some. I need to know how much that we're gonna have to pay for, so we can budget it for next year. The rest of that, I still think that's a good idea. You've got a proposal for stop 24 landscaping, or did Janice have that proposal? Or is that what we already?
The proposal we have is for 28 and a half.
That was all that was.
Yeah. 24 is so big, it really needs its own kind of separate design process.
Yeah, we also have to follow the bylaws of the people who pay for it, you know, so.
Right.
So we've got to find that agreement, which you asked for today, we've got that somewhere, I'm sure Joy or somebody has
Yeah.
the agreement.
Joy said, Nick Meyer would probably be the best person to talk to.
Okay,
The pay for what, the original terracing?
There was a grant,
Big Meyer was on file.
yeah, what Saber did, or who was it?
It was, I didn't bring my sheet. I think
It's on the side.
shared it.
Yeah.
I sent the PDF and it has companies that were.
Yeah,
I
so
don't-
when we did the water tank years ago. The water pump station and did all the ones.
Yeah.
We got a grant to do all that, and it had to meet certain conditions. We had to have an ADA access to a viewing area. It had to have X amount of landscaping access, you know, so that all of will need to be followed if we do anything over there. So it's gonna be a bit of a complex project, and I think one that's gonna probably span multiple years, given all the work that's over there that's gonna take.
That and walls are.
Zach,
Yes.
it was the Lake Michigan Coastal Grant, and I think Deanna should have copies of it. And John Ball was also involved. He was the one that gave the presentation when I went down there at one point in time of, you know, things we had to do to maintain it.
Could we at least work on some of the planters, the terrace planters, without having to look into.
Yeah.
You guys like.
Back and up.
So we can get that a little bit. That would be good.
if the plant plantings,
Go out the planters, put some mulch in there, plant some perennials in there.
Yeah, that is in the grant. It's very specific about types of plants and everything to put in there.
That's in there.
I'm assuming it was updated, straight.
Mhm,
Good.
mhm. Yeah. Yeah,
So
no
we're-
roads.
we're gonna look at the grant, see what it says. Go there,
Yeah,
but
I mean, even if we did one plant or one of those planters in season, you know, just so that people see that we're making progress towards getting it done.
yeah, the wall, the retaining walls need some, so.
Yeah. So there's a lot of erosion that when you see how they were built, they were shorted to a long end.
Oh.
TJ pointed that. out.
Yeah, it needs some work for sure, so, but I think, finding the grant,
I think Nick and John all are gonna have.
Yeah.
a question, couldn't determine it on Google.
Yes, well, Deanna has a copy too, so several of these people are gonna have a copy of it. Is that something you wanna work on, Mark, or seem like you got some passion on
Yeah.
I volunteer to help you.
it? Yeah, I'll volunteer, that's my stuff, I'd be happy to help with whatever down there.
We'll have a weed.
Mhm.
Well, I guess that's my question. Can we just just say, okay, we're gonna meet on
Yes,
Say, and we're gonna clean out this event and just get it cleaned out until lunchtime, until we figure out what we can actually do, so we can just do that.
sure.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, some 18, all the new grasses got planted there. We all just met up down there, weeded, planted dune grass for an afternoon. We got some volunteers from a local school, little kids that were trying to get credit.
okay,
Yeah, so there's also, somebody was trying to be on and they left, I think.
they heard the meeting and
Another example of how things like that, Stop 16 folks, have somebody that is really good with working with wood, and they get residents to show up and help work on things, and we pay for all the materials, and they get it done, and they enjoy it, and they do it every year.
nice.
So we're happy, I mean, we partner, as long as they get permission and they talk to us and they talk to us, it works out really well.
Is there a group of homeowners right there, that's your staff, that
Yes.
think would be interested in?
Or probably,
No,
probably.
oh, probably.
Yeah, we'll just have to, I know people that live where I live up on top of the hill. And I could start spreading the word around, but yeah, maybe, yeah, the Stop 16 Dan Seth, that's just his name, he's the one that kind of coordinates that group, and now some of the big runs from years ago, and they work on it,
Okay,
but
well, that'd be great.
Sounds
That cultivate that idea for everybody.
it's tough, I mean, it's tough to get people to come out the beach cleanup, even, and that's very well publicized, so, nobody really wants to go down there and read.
Yeah, I think
Sometimes
this is
it's,
talk to people face to face. Well, like, if, your friends is certain are right around you, I think it's fine. Big start.
yeah, that's the way to do it, it's no problem.
Yeah, sorry, we didn't get many people except for me to sign up for Stop 20 Beach Garden Club, so
Yeah.
then we tried.
It seems daunting, but if you said it's gonna be very manageable spots, it's gonna take
Yeah,
2 hours or whatever it
right,
is.
that's like tops that people are.
But if we're gonna get serious about it, it's not, we need a budget some real money for that. And if we're gonna get serious about it.
An evaluation.
Did we ever really properly talk about the shade topic? At the, playground?
I don't think we did, but I totally agree with what you said, that, those triangles or whatever, be a maintenance nightmare. I don't think it's necessary.
So, yeah, I agree with you. So this question came up, I think Joy and the town council come up with a comments placed it on the website. So I don't know how many people have commented on this, very few, but we tend to react to 1 or 2 comments, and make decisions sometimes, but in this case, I don't know that, I'm not hearing it on Nextdoor, I'm not hearing that about. I don't think it's an issue, a big issue anyway. I did reach out to Sarah and I said what she thought, and she said it would be nice to have some shade around there for the summer camp kids. It does get hot, there's nowhere to stand, where to go. But the expense of putting up what people want to put up, I think is underestimated.
So if it was a couple $100, I think it'd be an easy answer, but I look into it and it's tens of thousands, maybe $20,000, so. They're
Is
probably,
there an alternative that anybody can think of that wouldn't be so expensive, that would have to do with wiring even, something?
Tulip trees grow fast, that one we planted on the other side of the playground. It's really quickly, nicely, and it's only year 2 for it.
They're brittle, they look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, trees would be something.
Children's children. Takes.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like unless this becomes, a topic that is generating some momentum, that we just drop it.
How many trees are at Stop 29 that we said that they don't?
Well,
Well, maybe just take a couple from there.
it's possible, because we're not gonna use small over here, it's possible. Yeah, we could do that too. All right, then I'm gonna drop that from the agenda unless it just keeps coming up. If everybody's in agreement. All right. Stop 18. I'm gonna get a lot of this wrong. Joy has been, obviously, at every single town council meeting, I've only been in a few, probably been on more than I have, but my take on what's going on there, and then you can fill in the blanks. So the town did a project to fix the drainage problem at 17 and 18. We were not putting enough water to 18 before, too much of it was sitting in other areas. They put in a completely different retaining vessel underneath 18, which actually creates cleaner water coming out of it, but more of it. So it's better for the lake, better for the environment, but more water is going down the pipe at 18 than was going down it previously by design. It's supposed to do that. The pipe exits underneath the boardwalk into a bunch of revetment that was put in. The revetment's just not quite big enough to control these massive rains we've had this year, so it's eroding the back end of the stairs. Haas and Woodruff agreed that it needs to be fixed. They're gonna cover, I think, some of it, not all of it. And one of the things that they're looking at doing is if you take this, if you're walking down, stop 18 the boardwalk, instead of going straight up and over the gun like they do today. We would, I don't see anybody there, we would divert the boardwalk to the right and go over to the right and come down and stop closer to the house to their piece of it. And then build a platform, an 8-foot square platform up there posted. So it would not just be a boardwalk, and you could it'd be easy to put a viewing platform up there if you're gonna do that. And then for the viewing platform, then you gotta get down the dune, and it's pretty steep. So for those, they're not down there today. I couldn't make it. Talk about the rocks that we have there on 4, those need a substantial footing underneath them because they're heavy, and if they start washing away, that's a problem. Or another stairs or some way to get down from the new boardwalk. They're also going to take the pipe that's coming out of the revetment, extend it a little bit further out, and put a lot more rocks in between that and the beach to try to decelerate the water flow. That's the issue. It comes out of the pipe and down all these hills, and it's just firing. So they're going to attempt to slow down the flow with rocks. So it's going to be expensive. Chief and Haas and Woodruff are all going to get us involved, which is great. So I am going to meet them down there, and you guys are working on Friday night, and we're going to meet with all these people and talk through how we could potentially do this. They owe me a drawing by Thursday, couldn't get it today. But we do a drawing of what the boardwalk may look like. Chief asked if we had a budget. I told him no. We don't have capital to do a project like that. That's going to be significant. I know how much the first boardwalk was $25,000. It's just to change all that for all the million. So I think part of this is going to be covered in the scope of the original project, but it's going to be probably a change and a change order. So I don't know where we're going to get the finances, or the town's going to get the finances, but it needs to happen because we're going to continue to go underneath the stairway, no matter what they do with the wall. So it's doing everything slowly. The stairway and the wall issue, basically. So that's what's going on.
I'm just curious after seeing that over the last couple of months. There are engineers involved here. I was surprised that they thought that was gonna work. But that water goes right there, right underneath it.
Yeah,
So,
they're coastal engineers. That's what they do. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't involved in any of the process of it.
It seems like wherever the pipeline is out, you're gonna have a big,
Yeah, Kank's got that before. Like it's not 23, like every other shop.
Yeah.
That's a big pipe.
so to have that directed right underneath the stairs.
The stair, everything was already there, happening for a long time. The pipe is almost there, the stairs are almost there. We weren't throwing volume and water down. And I don't think, I'm speaking for them, they probably didn't anticipate how hard it was going to be to use the revetment to control the flow of the water so that it didn't erode so much and building it, basic steps.
So I'm just asking because, how much of that is, should they perhaps have known, and in terms of, okay, the original cost of the scope of the project And how much of this can still be part of the original cost and scope of the project, and how much more are we gonna have to help with?
Right.
Situation,
Yeah.
I feel like they should have got a clue that perhaps this was gonna happen,
Yeah, but that's the town council discussion.
yeah.
So that, those decisions, this type of communication all takes place in the town council, so whether it's one word or who pays for what, all I'm saying is they've asked us to sign off on the aesthetics and the functionality of how the boardwalk should work after it's all said and done. They're not asking us to pay for it.
Okay, okay.
They're not asking.
I don't know, should be
I don't know.
deal with that.
Yeah, this is not anything we have anything to do with, so my take on it is it should be funded by the council, but we do have this funds, there are funds that we've saved in our safety coffers over the years that, you know, the town needs some money and they asked us to do it, it behooves us that.
Okay.
So, but all those decisions take place in the setting of the council. So I just want to be happy with the result. And, I wanna, you know, make sure it's usable and we don't have tons more wood and boardwalk out there to maintain over the years. But from what I understand, and what she told me today, was you'll be able to get from the last piece of boardwalk today without taking any steps and be level out and go off to the right. And then the big question is how do you get down to the beach in that elevation, which will be at that elevation.
Did they look at moving the pipe instead of the walkway?
I believe that's this year, from Friday, long gates.
Extended it?
They can, but it's gonna do what it's doing. The further out,
Yeah.
it's gonna get, it has to end in Ravenna as well.
Right.
And so you can extend the pipe and you got to put Ravenna out into the beach and you like, yeah,
And
you put the rocks out over the big.
right.
I was just wondering if they did I assume they're looking at the cost trade-off. Is it cheaper to move the pipe in a different direction or cheaper to move the walkway in a different direction?
Yeah, I don't know where the movement stop. Like, I don't know, because it might start all the way up underneath that poured concrete.
Yeah,
So because of the angle,
you can put a 90-degree elbow on it.
no, we're not. That's why we go get prosthetics. That wants the details of the warranty or which is a pipe or,
Yeah.
but part of it was we can get them out to extend the pipe and put bigger or that one down there. Because all we have there now is what we can bring down the walls.
Right.
So we're going to have the ability to bring parking meters onto the beach, which is every time you do that, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you're going to buy. But I think somebody took me about this, to your point, it seems very logical that somebody should have this time, right? So we'll see. But that's what's going on at 18. There's been a ton of email back and forth about it, so I think communication has been really good, whether people are happy about it, right? And if people are not happy about it, but at least because the communication has been so free flowing, it's part of a frustrated process because, you know, everyone's talking to them, people are irritated, but there's 19 right there, there's other stuff to use, and I think you can get down there. The other thing Chief was telling me today is that whatever work they do, they're gonna have to close the shop for a period of time, and he's trying to deliver it to one degree. We need to make those work weekdays, so we're gonna work on it, Monday through Thursday, and then we reopen it and safe to reopen it for the weekend, especially this time of year. It's pretty heavy traffic, so.
Yeah.
So a whole bunch of stuff there. But making progress, I think, hopefully. So 9 o'clock Friday, we're going to join. This.
Right, 9 o'clock Friday, special meeting.
Is that what it is technically?
What?
Special meeting?
I didn't understand the question.
I thought you said 9 o'clock Friday special meeting. Is it considered a town council meeting or what is it considered?
Yes, it's considered a special town council meeting.
Oh, okay. And it is there, right? At the stop?
It's at where you are right now.
Oh, it's here. Oh, okay. I was thinking it was at the stop. All right. I'm glad I talked to you.
Yeah.
All right. Did I miss anything with the details, Joy?
I don't think so. I think you caught everything.
All right, any other items that we forgot to talk about, needs to be on the agenda? I mean, any public comments, online public comments? All right,
Chances.
I have one.
oh, sorry,
Volleyball striping, volleyball net striping, who's responsible for that?
I don't know, did we strike it?
Somebody did, and it's just a little really tough. I
I don't think
maybe,
it's striking.
okay,
I think when they play.
some kids maybe brought red paint. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not supposed to be striped, okay, great,
Yeah, when they
thanks.
play their ribbons out, and they stick them in, maybe. it's-
Perfect, okay.
All right, then, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So.
Second. All in favor? Aye. All right, meeting's over, thank you.